Listen, being socially jacked is just as important as being physically jacked, right? The whole goal around this is for you to be a multi-dimensionally jacked man, right? So I've already talked about a lot of the physical things and I will continue to speak about that. But at the end of the day, you need to be socially jacked. You need to be able to be in social circles, have different access to different places, to present yourself in a certain way so that people can actually take you seriously and you'll be able to build your social network. Because social currency is everything. Your net worth is your net worth. Your net worth is your network is your net worth. Man, I'm jumping over my words right now, but at the end of the day, you need to understand that getting into these different social circles, getting into these different groups, it's a lot easier than you think it is, especially when you are physically jacked. I will always say this, the beginning of everything is being physically jacked, because at the end of the day, when you bring yourself into these different spaces, when people see you, when people see that you're in shape, you have this dominant look to you, they will want you a part of their circles. Some of the richest people will always want that person who looks really good around them because it makes them look socially better. Right? So that's going to be your advantage. When you're physically jacked, you can start getting into these different circles and networking with high level people so that you can build your own network, right? Your own high level network that's worth millions, if not billions of dollars. That's what I've been able to do out here in Utah. I've been able to position myself in different spaces like this space here that's worth more than 50, 60 million, with different cars, exotic cars, and I've been able to be a part of this network because I was physically jacked. That's allowed me to be socially jacked. That's allowed for me, one call, I'm talking to a millionaire or a billionaire. All of the access that I've gotten is because of, one, how I look, and also how I speak, right? That's another aspect of being socially jacked. You need to be able to communicate properly. You need to be able to communicate your ideas, the things that you want to do. You need to be able to communicate to the emotions of other people. That is how you get into these circles so that you can start creating an environment for yourself that honestly changes your whole life. See, being socially jacked is what's also going to change your life, not just being physically jacked, right? So when I make the videos of getting jacked will change your life and it blows up, people think I'm only talking about physical. I'm talking about social. I'm talking about financial. I'm talking about spiritual, mental. All of that stuff comes into play, but they all feed on each other. Because when you're mentally jacked, when you're physically jacked, when you're even socially jacked, you become financially jacked, if you weren't before, right? So you have to start going around to different places. I had one of the people in my group, Training Grounds. By the way, join Training Grounds. It's my private community of men training with me. So you'll get customized training programs, customized nutrition, not customized, well, really customized for a whole group, but you'll work with a group of men to get all of these programs so that you can be in the best shape of your life for a fraction of the cost. It's only $97 a month, right? And if you use the code below in the description, it's literally $50 for the first month, right? But when you get in there, you'll start to understand how you can physically shape yourself to then be in these environments and show out and have people want to know who you are. See, when I walk into an environment, the first thing people see is, wow, this guy's jacked. I want to know who he is. The richest people will come up to me, say, hey, what's your name? What do you do? And then being socially jacked, being emotionally aware, I can speak to them based on what they like, right? Based on what I perceive that they want. So you have to understand that the biggest thing about being socially jacked is understanding that you need to be in environments where rich people are, where people who are successful are, so that you can stand out. It's not about going to the bar. It's not about going to the local bar. It's not about going to the local club. It's about going to the exclusive areas where people are so that you can have that access to those people, so that you can join these social clubs at little to no cost, especially if you're somebody who seems of importance, right? Obviously, you're going to be important because you're going to get your business right. You're going to get your body right. You're going to get the resources together. So when you start going to these areas, you can leverage them to start talking to other people. This is literally my playbook. Being socially jacked has to be the top 3 most important thing that you can ever do in your life. It'll change everything. It'll change who you know, even online, right? When you go online and you start posting yourself, being in these different environments, people are gonna wanna know who you are. You're gonna start getting motion. You're gonna start getting a lot more high value people wanting to speak to you, right? So you have to understand that the social part is everything, but the physically jacked part feeds into the social, because people will see you of importance. I know people say, hey, being jacked doesn't mean anything. It's not about how you look. It's not about the money. Yes, it is, right? At the end of the day, we are visual creatures. We like to see people in different respects, right? We like to see people from afar and and try to figure out who they are, and our subconscious minds tell us who they are. So for you, you have to give that initial first impression that makes them want to talk to you, that makes them want to be your friend. You have to be the cool guy, even if you don't have money. If you have money, even better. But there's people with money that aren't even socially jacked, right? And obviously they aren't physically jacked. But once you can start to understand the social aspect, how to present yourself, how to walk around with confidence, how to actually feel like you have power in these spaces, you will start to attract people who will present opportunities to you that you've never seen before. That is how I'm presented with investment opportunities. That's how I'm presented with anything, right? Anything of value. It comes from being socially jacked. It comes from knowing people in my area and name dropping in these conversations who I know when it's applicable. You don't want to name drop in like a cocky way, but you want to name drop strategically. So when people ask you, hey, like, how you doing? And I was like, hey, I noticed you know this person. I know this person as well. I met that person through this. That's how you position yourself socially to do it. And there's a lot of win here. So you're going to start hearing a lot of win. But you need to be able to create that environment for yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself as a man, and you can now surround yourself with groups of men that are doing the same, right? And that, again, is why I created Training Grounds, more for socially jacked people who want to be able to talk to others who are on the same mission as them, virtually. But you also need to do things in person. You need to be able to have a lot of things going on around you socially and document them online. Build your personal brand so that people know who you are, they know who you're about, and they know that they want to actually be around you, right? You want to be that person that everybody wants to be around. Everybody wants to be around the physically jacked guy. Everybody wants to be around the guy that knows everybody. Everybody wants to be around the guy that has access to everything around him, right? Access to the private clubs, access to, you know, different events that are going on. You need to be socially jacked, right? So if you like this video, if you got some value from this, if this motivated you to get out into your social circle, do more in your environment, in real life, not just virtual, in real life, then like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend who needs this. Obviously, again, I'm gonna say it, join Training Grounds, man. This is where I teach these fundamentals. This is what you need to know. And this is what's gonna take you to the next level as a man, right? So I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I appreciate you for watching.